What is up, Cancer? How are you guys doing? It's time for your August 2025 main monthly reading. So, for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, the information is in the description of this video. You can visit my website, tarotwithrich.com, and the link is in the description. All right. Oh, yeah, also, if you're catching this on time, tomorrow is the 31st of July, so that's the last day that my course on the Beginner's Guide to Manifestation will be available. So, let's just jump right into this. Let's see what's going on with the person that you're interested in. Singles. Single Cancers and your love interest. Singles and your love interest. Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? Anything happening at all? Cancer. What's happening in August between Cancer and their love interest universe? What's happening? Ooh, we got that Ace of Coins. Okay. That looks good. Some of you dealing with an earth sign, possibly. Two of Swords reversed. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. That took a really sharp, unexpected turn. I'm glad I didn't start talking. That went, you know, didn't even hit the brakes, just said, okay. So it's looking like it's moving forward so slow. And you're starting to make a final decision to stick with this, push through, keep it going. And then for some reason, it's not really telling me why. I'll have to see what's going on here in a minute. But it's feeling like you're just waking up one day and changing your mind. Waking up one day and changing your mind and saying, nah, fuck this. Maybe a new offer is coming in from somewhere else. That's the only thing that makes sense with that Ace of Pentacles there. That's what it's kind of starting to feel like, honestly. This shit just moving too slow. Ain't no forward movement happening. You know, one day you're like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna get this going somewhere. This is gonna take liftoff. Come hell or high water. I'm sticking around for this. And then it's like the next day, somebody comes along and gives you another offer. Boop. Pew. Never mind. Deuces. I think you're gonna make the decision to boot, scoot, and boogie on out of there with the Chariot and the Six of Swords. All right, well, some of you dealing with a fellow Cancer, possibly. I think that's your energy, though. All right, whatever. Let's see how they feel about you. Let's see what's going on. Why are things moving so slow here? How come there ain't no forward movement happening between Cancer and their love interest? What's this person's deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What's going on here? Ace of Wands. High Priestess. Ace of Cups reversed, though. Okay. Well, okay. God damn, why does the death card reverse always have to come out? I don't even want to talk about that right now. But then the Six of Cups reverse came out too, though. Let's talk about this. Boom, boom, boom. So, do they have feelings for you? Yes. But do they want to fall in love? No, I don't think so. I think they're afraid of falling in love. I think at the end of the day, this person probably just wants to remain single and independent. Now, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, when somebody's moving in that energy, what's the reason? Unhealed heartbreak from the past. Every time, without fail. Every time, without fail. They know that if they gave themselves permission, they would fall so stupidly, retardedly, ridiculously slap the fuck in love with you that all you would have to do is wake up in a funny mood one day. And you could flip a switch and destroy their whole world. Not saying you would do that. I don't know why they don't trust you with that. I don't know, maybe if you've given them reason to think that you might be prone to do something like that, or if they're just projecting their shit onto you. If they're just viewing you, and everybody else for that matter, through the lens of what happened to them in the past. I don't know. I don't know. Could be a little bit of a mix depending on who you are. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, they're afraid of falling in love, which at the deepest level just means that they're afraid of getting hurt. Okay, well, any advice? Does Cancer need any advice for their love interest? Any advice? 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Do, 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 do. Knight of Cups. Don't pass up this opportunity. Something different's coming in. Something new's coming in. Don't ever, ever, ever put your life on hold waiting for someone to choose you. Don't ever do that. If somebody don't know if they want you, somebody don't know if they want you, do you think that's somebody you should put your life on hold for? Think about it. If they don't know if they want you, that means they don't want you. Don't pass up another opportunity waiting on somebody else to see your value. See, because somebody eventually going to see that value. Somebody will. I don't care who you are. Don't care what your sign is. There is somebody walking the face of this earth who's going to see what you have to offer and appreciate it. They're going to see your value and realize that's what I want in my life. And don't fucking settle for nothing until somebody sees your fucking value. You don't see my value, then stay the hell away from me. Go on then. Don't come around me. Very simple. I don't need you in my life if you don't see my value. Go on somewhere. Let's see what is due to come in next. What is due to come in next for the single Cancerians? Single Cancerians. What's due to come in next? Seven of Pentacles. Could be an earth sign for some of you. 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be on a whole other level. This is going to be on a whole other level. So, this is a whole new vibrational bracket that you're moving into. You've completed a karmic cycle, right? You just completed a cycle, period. I don't really want to use the word karmic for that, but for a lot of you, you've completed karmic cycles, but you've just completed a cycle, period, whether there was karma in there or not. And you're leveling up now. You're leveling up. And you know how I normally say that you'll be tested? I think a lot of you have already been tested a few times. I think a lot of you have already been tested. So the next person coming in, I'm not necessarily saying that it's your divine life partner, person. It could be for some of you. But it's somebody in which if you bring them into your life, lay a foundation, and put in the work, there's a lot more potential for success than anything that you've ever had before. A whole lot more potential. A whole lot more. Let's see how the energy's looking. How's the energy looking? What's their feelings, energies, and intentions look like? What's the energy looking like between the two of you? King of Swords could be an earth sign, or I'm sorry, an air sign for some of you. Very independent. I think one of the first things that you're going to notice about this person is that they are not desperate. They're not needy. And where a lot of times, I just don't really think that a lot of you have come across that energy on this level, you know? Because out in the dating world today, it's really hard to tell the difference between when somebody is emotionally independent versus when they just want to keep you out and not let anybody in and just play around and not settle down with nobody. There is a big difference. Big difference between throwing your walls up and being emotionally independent. And I don't think a lot of you have really actually connected with somebody that's really emotionally independent and abundant from within. So there might be a minute or two where you kind of step back and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? But it doesn't take long at all for you to realize this person means business. They mean business. Because, like I said, I don't just mean that they're going to keep you out. What it means is, I'm so sick of fucking playing games that I'm not afraid of being alone. That's what that means. I'm not here to waste your fucking time. I'm not here to waste my fucking time. If all you bring to the table is some drama, chaos, arguments, just a fucking headache, I'm gone. I am gone. Right? Every time I see this energy, I don't mean to make this sound daunting, but the phrase that comes to my mind is, I dare you. I dare you to accuse me of some shit I didn't fucking do. Just because you have some shit you haven't healed from. I dare you to wake up and start a fight with me just because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I didn't do nothing to you. All right? I dare you to start a fight with me because the toilet paper roll is on backwards. I dare you. Go ahead. I'm gone. I ain't playing that shit. Nope. I want peace and happiness. And I'm going to have peace and happiness in my life. Either you're going to be a part of it or you're not. It's up to you. Choice is yours. If you want to be a part of my life is going to have peace and happiness. If you ain't bringing peace and happiness to the table, get the fuck out of here. All right? So, again, I don't mean to make that sound daunting. But when you're face to face with that energy, it is the biggest breath of fresh fucking air. Because it's like, finally, somebody who's not fucking playing games. Finally, somebody who actually means business. Now, as long as you ain't on no bullshit, that'll be a breath of fresh fucking air. But I would say that if you subconsciously know that you bringing some bullshit to the table, and you know that you might cause some drama, you got some shit you need to heal from. If you know you're prone to arguments, and that'll probably intimidate you a little bit. But as long as you know in the deepest pits of your heart of hearts that you're on the same page, shit, it's a breath of fresh fucking air. See, because a needy, desperate person, you don't know if you can trust them. When somebody's desperate, they'll do anything to get what they want. They'll lie to you. They'll manipulate you. They'll play games with you. They'll twist shit. They'll manipulate shit. They'll do whatever they can do to get their own little selfish little needs met. I don't even like using the word needs because they're not needs. They're fucking desires. But when somebody's desperate, you don't know if you can fucking trust them. When somebody's not desperate, though, and they're not needy, you know that they only allow into their life what they choose. If I know that you don't fucking need me, I know I'm only here because you choose me. And that's when we can form a real fucking connection. A real connection. And it's not just this toxic cycle spinning in circles, trying to put our emotions onto someone else as their responsibility. Right? It's not just this toxic cycle of me trying like hell to make you a happy person. Me trying like hell to make you feel better when you're miserable on the inside. Right? That's just a toxic cycle and ain't gonna go no fucking where. Or that shoe could be on the other foot. Somebody trying like hell to make you happy when you're miserable and broken on the inside. They can't fucking do that. You know? So when we're both on that vibration of abundance, that doesn't mean we don't do everything we can to help contribute to each other's happiness. That's not what it means at all. What it means is my happiness is not your fucking job. I appreciate and am so eternally grateful to have you here doing what you can to help try to make me feel better. I love that. That's fucking awesome. I'm so grateful for that. But it's not your responsibility. My happiness is my responsibility, right? That's when we can form a real fucking connection. And once you are face to face with that, it's a breath of fresh fucking air, dude. Let's see how the first 60 days plays out. How's it playing out? For the first 60 days, good communication. Y'all are forming a real solid psychological connection. Actually, you're probably going to notice right off the bat that you communicate with this person better than you've ever communicated with anyone. That's another thing about that vibration of emotional abundance. There ain't no little games or reading between the lines or hints and suggestions and beating around the bush. There's straight communication, right? I ain't here to play games with you. I'm going to say what I mean. I'm going to mean what I say. If you don't understand it, let me know so I can clarify. I'm not going to leave you guessing and hanging and wondering and scared and nervous, wondering if I meant something else, trying to get what I'm hinting. I ain't playing that shit. I'm telling you what I fucking mean. Right? And it gets to a point where verbal communication is almost redundant. Almost. I'm not saying it'll be entirely absent, but you know that, you know, this is a person that you can walk in. You can just walk in the room and see him for the first time of the day and say, hey, how you doing? Good. Boom. Instant download. You don't need to say anymore. Boom. Instant download. We just spoke 1,000 fucking sentences in that one little greeting, you know? And that's probably one of the first things you're going to notice with this individual. Yeah, it's going to be on a whole other level. I think it's going to kind of start off seeming like it might be a little bit slow, but it's not slow. This is one of those types of things that I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, it feels like things are kind of moving slow. And then at some point, you realize it's been moving way fucking faster than you thought. And you don't know when it happened. When did this happen? We're doing 120 mile an hour down the highway. When did that happen? You know? You're going to realize it's moving a lot faster than you think. Okay, so here's the analogy I like to use for that. Anybody from the West Coast? Anybody ever made that drive to Las Vegas from Southern California? Ever done that? There's this stretch of highway where you're kind of elevated up like this, and the road kind of drops down like this, and it just goes for miles and miles, and you just see the mountains. You just see the mountains in this highway just coming down to a little fucking point, miles in the distance. When you just look at that, it looks like you're just staring at a picture, right? It looks like you're just looking at this picture of a desert landscape that's just standing still. But then when you look down at the road, you realize you're doing 80 fucking miles an hour. But when you look up at the big picture, it don't look like it. Does that make a little bit of sense? That's kind of what I think this is. Doesn't seem like you're moving quick, but when you look at it from the right angle, you see y'all are moving fast. Real fucking fast. So, okay. Damn, dog. Let's get some advice here. What's the advice for Cancer? Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups. We already talked about all this. Emotional independence and emotional abundance. We already pretty much broke all that down and explained it. Yeah. Abundance, that starts off as a vibration. Okay? It has to start off as a vibration first before it manifests. The trick is, and this is what most people struggle with, this is why when you look at the dating world, it's such a shit show. It's not a relationship that we're looking for. We're looking for happiness, love, and abundance. Where most people are making their mistake is they think that the relationship is going to create happiness, love, and abundance, and it ain't. If it did, I wouldn't have a fucking job. You have to match and maintain the vibration of abundance. Okay? See, let me explain to you how it works that way and why. Okay? And this is going to fill in a lot of the missing puzzle pieces and a lot of the holes in the statements that a lot of people in the spiritual community make. In order for your soul to exist in this dimension, your vibration has to be astronomically fucking low. Astronomically. It can't be too high or the human skin suit couldn't sustain it. It'll kill the human skin suit. Human skin suit can't handle a very high vibration, or it'll kill it. Your heart will explode. You'll have an aneurysm. Imagine how low your vibration has to be in order to enter into this little baby human fetus without killing it. It happens sometimes. Starseeds do it all the time. And the mom miscarries. They have to come back and try it again with less energy. Your vibration is so low that when you get in here, you develop amnesia. You completely forget who the hell you are and what you're doing here. That's what makes this game so fucking intense. The amnesia creates the very persistent and believable illusion of separation. We appear to be separate from and apart from everyone and everything around us. And we're not. You don't have to spend very much time in the spiritual community at all to hear somebody fucking say that we're all connected. We're all one. Separation is an illusion. Okay? The illusion of separation is what creates the illusion that we have this lonely, gaping, empty void that's in our hearts. It feels like something's fucking missing. You know? It feels like we're empty and alone, separate from and apart from everyone around us. And we're not. It's an illusion. Now, to pour salt on that wound, we were born into and brought up in a system that has brainwashed and programmed and conditioned us to believe that the only way to fill that void is for a person to come into your life and love you. And that's what's going to fill it. Well, here's the problem. There is no void to be filled. Nobody is incomplete. Nobody is separate. We're all connected. We're all one. It isn't a void. It's a low vibration. It's a low vibration, not a void. It's not incompletion. So when we have people out here going around trying to find a person who will fill the void, the way it really works is vibration is the primary law. The only thing they can do is attract a person who matches their low vibration. That's all you can do. And then when two people on the same low vibration come together, that low vibration is going to start animating itself and manifesting itself between the two people. I'm not saying relationships aren't important. I'm saying that the reason the dating world is such a fucking shit show in 2025 is because people are looking at it from the wrong perspective. We have to match the vibration first. It doesn't mean relationships aren't important. I'm not saying go be alone. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not important. I'm saying they're not the solution. The cause of your low vibration is not lack of a relationship. The solution to your low vibration isn't a person, right? That's what I'm trying to say. If that's the way it worked, I wouldn't have no fucking job. There would be no divorces. Relationships wouldn't come to an end if that's the way it worked. When are we going to figure it out? When are we going to figure out how to start raising our vibration and filling this void full of light? And then we real connections. When we're not leeching off of each other and trying to vampirically suck love from each other, right? So it's hard. When I say these things, I'm not trying to make it sound easy. It's not easy. It's tough. This is a tough game that we're in. This is a tough game. The illusion of separation is extremely convincing. It's extremely believable. And it can be very, 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 very challenging to undo that. But I think the reason why it's so challenging is because the subconscious mind believes that you're separate. See, your subconscious mind is always doing two things. It's always trying to keep you safe and make you happy and comfortable, right? That's what it does, constantly. It will not rest until it feels safe and comfortable. And it will go to the ends of the earth trying to figure out how to make it safe and comfortable. So if it believes something that's not true, oh, it'll fight to the ends of the earth trying to prove it so when it's not true. So if the subconscious mind believes that the answer to the lonely, broken void is a relationship, it will never rest until that relationship comes. Well, the problem is that relationship doesn't exist. So once the subconscious mind understands that there is not one single human being on this planet who can create my happiness for me, and it realizes that, that's never going to happen, ever, it will eventually adapt. It will adapt. You won't have to figure it out. Whatever it surrenders to, it will adapt to. It's just a matter of getting it to believe the truth rather than having it believe a lie and, having it believe in some manipulative fucking fairy tale. Then we can experience real fucking connections. Most people do it by accident. That's why they always say that you meet your person when you least expect it, right? That's why. It's not just simply whether or not you're expecting it. Yes, two divine life partners always come together when they least expect it. The question is, why weren't they expecting it? Because they surrendered. They surrendered. They threw in the white towel. They said, there's not a fucking single human being out there for me. It's never going to happen. So the subconscious mind completely surrendered to that. So you know what it did? It started adapting. Unconsciously. They didn't even realize what the hell they were doing. Once they surrendered, it started adapting, and the void started filling itself. That's why they weren't looking for it. And they were unknowingly becoming a vibrational match to it. That make sense? All right, I went on a hell of a tangent there. Hopefully somebody needed to hear that. I lose sleep at night trying to figure out how to get everyone to understand this. Because of the fucking human earth game, man, we gotta undo the game, dude. We gotta change the game. When you're a light worker on mission, you will not sleep until you can help change the game. All right. Let's see what's going on with the good old past person. Past person Cancer is dealing with. What's happening in August? Past person Cancer's dealing with. Anything happening? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? Anything happening at all? 3 shuffles. Here's 1, 2. Excuse me, and 3. Well, I mean, it doesn't really look like a whole lot is happening, but it does look like this person is putting on one hell of a show for you. Oh yeah, they putting on a show for you. Hoping like hell that you're watching. And that would mean they're watching you, right? That would mean they're watching you. They're watching you and they're hoping that you're watching them back. So you can rest assured that If you go look at their social media, I'm not necessarily saying 100% of it, but a good bunch of what they put out there. It's for you. That's for you. Ooh. Well, I would be careful if you decide to give them the reaction that they're looking for. Because I'll just put it to you like this. They're not waiting on you with open arms. No, they're not. Looks like they're still holding on to some bitterness, some anger, and some resentment. And this is weighing on them a lot more than you know. What are their deepest feelings at the deepest level? For Cancer. What are their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Could be a Leo for some of you. Okay, well, they're kind of starting to give up hope. Kinda, but obviously they still got some feelings for you down there. Or they wouldn't give two diddly dog shits. I think this bothers them a lot more than you know. They're not nearly as happy as they look. They ain't nearly as happy as they look. You always see that when, you know, somebody gets out of a relationship and they're pretending to be happier than they've ever been in their life. That's a crock of horse shit. Crock of horse shit. Or when you see those fucking pathetic people who get out of a relationship and start trying to put like thirst traps out there for people. God, that's so pathetic, dude. So fucking pathetic. I see that shit all the time on Facebook. You know, first thing they're posting is boo-hoo shit, indicating they just got broke up with. Next thing they're posting is thirst traps. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get other people's attention, right? And when they don't get nobody's attention, they get mad. Oh, I see nobody cares about me. Trying to get a reaction out of some fucking body. You know, you see it, and I think that's kind of what's going on here. So, sounds petty and childish, dude. Extremely petty and extremely fucking childish. Could be an Aquarius. I also have Leo, Sagittarius, Leo again. Got Taurus, Cancer, Cancer again. Could be fucking anybody, man. Those are just energies. Let's get some advice for the Cancerian collective. What's the advice? Advice for Cancer. Three shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Moon card. Look, check this out. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. So, I like this. Because you know that I try really hard when it comes to advice. I do the best that I can not to just tell you what to do. You know, sometimes depending on the situation, spirit backs me into a corner, ties my hands, and doesn't give me much wiggle room. But I got a lot of wiggle room here, okay? I'm not gonna say never talk to this person again. I'm also not gonna say jump in head first. Here's what I'll say though. Let's make a plan to talk to this person at some unknown time in the future. Okay, how about that? Whatever time you want. I wouldn't be too specific. Maybe you can give a ballpark time frame, like end of this year, beginning of next year, somewhere in there. And between now and whatever time you choose, I would dedicate my life to making sure that the next time you talk to this person, their jaw's hanging on the floor and smoke is rolling out of their ears because they don't know how to talk to you. You've grown, evolved, and changed so much. They don't know what to say to you. They don't know how to approach you. See, they have a very specific version of you in their mind. You know, most people will hold on to the version of you in their mind that they had the most power over. And family is real bad about this, but especially with like exes and shit. The version of you that they hold on to in their mind is the version that they had the most power over. Well, if you talk to them again and it becomes abundantly clear that they ain't got no motherfucking power over you no more, then the look on their face, the look of confusion and downright embarrassment and shame. How about that? Does that guarantee we're never going to talk again? No. But you're going to have to step your fucking game up if you want to be a part of my life. Choice is yours. You want to be a part of my life? You got to step your game up. But the paradoxical catch-22 to the whole thing is that the more evolution you do, the more healing you do, the less interested you become in even revisiting the past. You may do so much growth and evolution that you say, you know what? Fuck them. I don't want to talk to them. I'm good on that. Nah, I'm cool. That's a strong possibility. But let's not focus too much on that. Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Use this as a period of gestation and change. Evolution. You're the caterpillar in the cocoon, right? The last time they saw you, you was a caterpillar. Make sure you're a fucking butterfly next time you see them. How about that? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is all down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.